Hey guys, Dazlirn here, and today I'm gonna make a quick video showing you guys what items to buy on Draven and what runes to take. So obviously as a streamer I get the occasional new Draven players who would ask me, hey, what build should I play on Draven? So today I'm gonna make a video explaining everything. All the viable builds, all the viable runes, and how to match your runes with the items that you buy. So obviously I'm not like the best Draven player out there. There are quite clearly a lot better players who can provide maybe a bit more accurate information and who can probably explain things better. But either way, I think I have enough knowledge to make this video, so let's get started. So for your primary runes, you can either go the precision tree or the domination tree, and for your secondary tree you can go precision, domination, or sorcery, depending on your primary. So to pick out your keystone, it's quite simple actually. Just ask yourself a very simple question. Do I want to go ahead with blades and attack quickly 3 times and have no keystone for 12 seconds? Or do I want to go conqueror, which the more I hit, the more damage I'll do, and I will always have a keystone no matter what. And you can conquer your games with Conqueror. I guess the answer is quite simple for you to answer, but let's start off with Hellblades, I guess, because this keystone is played the most, I think. I'm pretty sure all the Draven plays Hellblades. So for the first row on this tree, you can either go Cheap Shot and Taste of Blood. I'm not gonna go too much details with all the runes, so I'm gonna try to simplify everything. So Cheap Shot, you don't use it too much, and it's not the most damage. It's usable though, but Taste of Blood is better because every time you go for a trade, you can heal. So Cheap Shot only procs when you use your E, or if you have like something in your items like Storm Razor or Exhaust maybe, or most of the times it's mainly like support reliant. So if your support has any impaired movement abilities, then you can go for the Cheap Shot. But you're kind of relying on your support a lot with this rune, so I prefer Taste of Blood better. On the second row here, it pretty much you can go Zombie Ward or Ghost Pearl, and it pretty much means you're a fucking little pussy ass bitch because you are way too afraid that you aren't gonna get any fucking takedowns to stack your eyeball collection, so you go for Ghost Pearl and Zombie Ward instead. But if you're a real man, you go for eyeball collection. On your third row on this tree is Ravenous Hunter. Now, this is probably the most viable one that you can go on Draven. You can go a Relentless Hunter as well for some movement speed, or you can go Ultimate Hunter, but the reason why you want to go Ravenous Hunter is because on your precision tree, you can take Bloodline. So what this is that mixing these 2 runes together basically means that you have enough healing to the point which you don't have to buy an item that has healing. So basically, for example, if you're playing Kraken Slayer, Collector, IE, having a rune page like this means it's a really good build, because with Hellblades you can really get out the Kraken's 3rd hit passive really quickly, and it's really bursty. And you don't have to build any lifesteal items like Bloodthirster or Sanguine. Oh, it's that item's gone because you already have lifesteal or fucking Omnivamp. Same fucking shit, to be honest. Because you have enough healing already. So for the first row on the precision tree, you can take either Overheal, Triumph, or Presence of Mind. Presence of Mind is pretty nice with Hellblades because to really use Hellblades efficiently, when you're hitting the enemy twice, like on the 3rd hit, you can activate your 3rd axe to hit them with your Q, so you do more damage. You really get the most out of Hellblades. But however, always using Q like that really chunks your mana, so you can take Presence of Mind to gain some of that mana back. But obviously you're not always going to get your 3rd hit, because that would mean you're overextending. And the downside of Hellblades is that, like, if you want to use it really efficiently, you kind of cut your axes into a straight line, like, right? Your axes will go that way because you want to click really fast. You kind of like click like different ways, and you can't really catch your axes. But you can also take it slowly as well. But if you're gonna go slowly, you might as well just go Conquer, right? So Hellblades though, like, depending on the build you're building, most of the time it's something that's really bursty. Like for example, SS Reaver, Prowler's Claw, and Lord Dominic's Regards. So basically, this build can that build with Hell Blades, like you can really catch someone off guard, especially during mid game. Like they don't expect your damage, so you can really just one-shot them with Hell Blades. So on the third row for Precision Tree, you can either go Cut Down against tanky teams, or you can go Coup de Grace or Coup de Grace. I don't know how to fucking say this shit, to be honest. So many fucking there's so many pronunciations, but you can go this to deal more damage to people who are lower HP. It's pretty much the same as Last Stand, except you do more damage when you're low HP instead of them being lower HP. But it really depends. So I think these two really depends on what you like better yourself. And the Cut Down for tanks if you want to. It's not necessary, but it's pretty good synergy with Lord Dominic's Regards, especially against tanks. So you can go something like that. But if you're not building any lifesteal, you should always go Bloodline. So let's go to my favorite keystone, Conqueror. Now, you can also go PTA as well. PTA is not as bad as people say it is, but it's also not as good as people say it is. It's kind of like Hell Blades, where you proc it on someone, and you don't have any keys. And also, like people say, like Conqueror is like this really selfish keystone, and I go PTA so you support can do more damage. So it just doesn't make any sense, especially in team fight. Let's just say a really good example is, let's just say you're clashing with the enemy team, and you proc PTA on the tank, right? And then like people was like their positioning is like shifting, and then you see a good opportunity to go for the backliners or someone that you can actually kill, but you proc your PTA on the tank. So what? So like to use it efficiently, your whole team should kill the tank instead of the backliners. No, okay. So like with like Conqueror, like you can build you can hit the frontliner while stacking up your Conqueror, and you can also build up your axes by waiting for the cooldown, and then you see a good opportunity, you take out your third axe when you have enough attack speed, that is, and then you just go for that backline or some shit like that. So yeah, and also one thing about Conqueror is that you don't take Conqueror for the healing, okay? Well, you can take it for the healing, but when you take it, like the most efficient usage of Conqueror is when you take extended trades, because you stack damage, okay? Every time you hit someone, you gain 1 stack. Your abilities gives you 2 stack, because you're ranged on Draven, you get 1 stack with your auto attack, but your E and your ultimate gives you 2 stacks. So each stack gives you bonus AD, and the more you hit someone, the more damage you do. So basically, like if you play Draven long enough and you play Conqueror, like you can notice the damage difference between Hell Blades and Conqueror, or even PTA. It's the same as before. If you have mana issues, go Presence of Mind, Triumph for some sick ass outplays, and the 20 additional gold, which is pretty useful. For example, if you're recalling and you have like and you kill someone, right? But you don't have Triumph, so you have like 1,000 and maybe like 80 gold, but you want to buy Dirk, so you can save time by not staying there for 20 gold, and by taking Triumph, you have that 20 gold. Oh, you have 1.1k, you can buy your Dirk. So for this one, Alacrity. Okay, so this row here, you can pick between Alacrity and Bloodline. So the reason why you don't want to go Tenacity is because this is more of a situational rune, and it's not that efficient to take compared to the other ones. Like these two are just so much better than this one. It's just not worth taking, and especially these two are your essential runes, and this one is situational. So you don't want to replace something that's like a core part of your champion with something that's situational. It's just not worth it. So you want to go Bloodline if you don't have any life steal or any type of healing whatsoever in your items, or you can go Alacrity if you're already building any healing items. Once again, you can go Bloodline with Ravenous Hunter if you're not building any life steal. For example, the Galeforce Collector IE, we'll just use Galeforce this time, or Galeforce SS Reaver IE, because you don't have any life steal. So for this case, you can only pick 2, so you can either go Taste of Blood for healing in lane, or you can go Eyeball Collection for more damage. When people go Conquer, they will maybe build Shield Bow, Collector IE, or the build that I play, and Poor Zealand plays this build as well. Duskblade, Collector, BT, IE, and LDR. So you will go Sorcery Tree and you'll pick Absolute Focus and Gathering Storm for the bonus AD. So these gives you bonus AD, and this gives you bonus AD. So this is like the most damage build basically. And also Conqueror, like versus Hellblades. Conqueror is more of a traditional Draven build, whereas Conqueror and Hellblades is like a different type of playstyle. You know, like Hellblades, you mostly play around your Hellblades, especially if you're not building like a lot of attack speed. You're kind of like playing to as a like a bursty type of playstyle. You know, like more of like an assassin Draven, and Conqueror is more sustained damage. So for these ones, with Hellblades, you can actually go double AD runes and then situational armor for AD champs and a magic resist for AP. But for this case, you want to go attack speed, because attack speed is really like mostly like only ADCs go attack speed, and it's really good. It really helps you CS as well, but you can't really notice the difference between these two. It just like I would sometimes take this just to be more bursty with Hellblades. Okay, so let's get into your items for Draven. So with the item reworks for season 11, there really isn't like a best build for Draven. Like there are like many variations of different builds that has its own ups and downs, and you can kind of like just pick them depending on your personal preference, or you can build against the team comps that you're up against. So for example, like you can go Galeforce if they have a bunch of like mobility on the enemy teams, or you can go Kraken Slayer for the tanks. You can go Shield Bow against assassins, and you can just build like Assassin Mythics for just like raw damage. So it's really up to your creativity and what you like the best. So I'm gonna show you like a few build examples. So let's just say I'll start off with like the safest build for Draven is probably going Shield Bow. So with Shield Bow is you mostly want to take Conqueror with Alacrity and Sorcery Tree, or if you you can also go Hellblades depending on your playstyle, I guess, in lane. So basically you can kind of pick between either Collector or Essence Reaver. So the difference between Collector and Essence Reaver is Collector is like more DPS, and Essence Reaver allows you to have infinite mana, and you can kind of out damage Collector if you spam W, which you can spam W, and it will proc the Spellblade effects, and you'll do more damage. But overall, like it really depends on what you like better. But I think Essence Reaver actually comes out on top compared to Collector, because you do have infinite mana. Like even if you don't have mana issues, it's always nice to have infinite mana. Even though you can manage your mana, there's always fights where you run out of mana, and then there's another following. There's always another follow-up fight where you don't have mana for, and you can't really manage for that. So yeah, let's just say you're gonna go Essence Reaver, so you can go Shield Bow, Essence Reaver, and you can build into IE as your third item, because this season you have to have 2 crit items before you can build IE. So you can go IE third item and then build into LDR, and then you can leave your last item as a situational. So this is the difference between building a Marksman mythic and an Assassin's mythic, is because it leaves room for you to build your situational item. With the Assassin mythics, like you build your mythic item first, but you don't have crit, so you cannot build IE third item. So you need something in between to get that 2 crit items, so you can build your IE, and then you build your LDR. So, and then that leaves you no space for your situational. So let's just say if you want to like a GA, for example, you don't have room to build it, so you have to sell your brutes, which sacrifices attack speed. And I think attack speed is quite important, especially when you're not building attack speed, like this build here. And then if you don't have any attack speed on your rune page, like it just feels really bad to play. For example, a really bursty build that people play is they go Essence Reaver into Prowler's Claw into LDR. So there's no attack speed or life steal in this build, so you want to go Hellblades, and then you go for Taste of Blood, Eyeball Collection, Ravenous Hunter, and then on your precision tree you go maybe like Triumph and then Bloodline. So you have no attack speed, which is fine because you have Hell Blades as well, and overall like it's playable with this type of attack speed. But then if you don't take Berserker Greaves, for example, and then you take like Plated Steel Caps, for example, you have it's like unplayable attack speed. So let's talk about this build here. So what makes this build so strong is that I think Vincent started building this. He will go SS Reaver, Collector, and then Prowler's Claw, and then LDR, and then finish it off with an IE. So the reason why you want to build Dirk is overall it's like the best. I think it's the best item to build right now for your first back as Draven, because it's only 1.1k, has a nice build path, there's only 2 long swords, and it does so much damage. It's only a little bit less damage than a BF sword, and it's 200 gold cheaper, and you can build into more items instead of a BF sword. Also, SS Reaver, like for this case, like SS Reaver has such a bad build path. Like you got Corefield's Warhammer, which does no damage. You got a Sheen, and then you got a Quick Cloak. Like such a bad build path, which is why you want to go a Dirk first, and then you build into SS Reaver, and then the Dirk will build into your Prowler's Claw, and then you build Lord Doms. And what makes it so powerful is that your Spellblade effects mixed with your Lethality, which is base armor pen, mixed with your percentage based armor pen, and you're not building shield bow, you don't get the bonus HP, you get more use out of the giant slayer effect. You do so much damage against tanks with this build, and you melt squishies with this build, and then you build into your IE, which your crit just does so much more damage, and then you can and then you're basically just really strong. Now the downside is people complain about the thing about people complain about with this build is assassins. Now I think if you take care of blades, if you playing it right, you can actually kill the assassins. Like depends on how fed they are. Like let's just say Zed for example. Like you just auto them, and then you quickly auto them again with Herald Blades. You should just one shot them like that, and then you can maybe like put your ult in between, so you can like auto ult them, and then auto again, and then you just fucking melt the Zed. But I guess if they come out of nowhere, like you just get killed instantly. But like if they're fed, and you go for shield bow, like even with the shield, like they can still one shot you. So I don't think it's like it makes that much of a difference against assassins building like this. So a build that I play, and I think Pornstar Zillion plays this build as well, is you go Duskblade, Collector, BT into IE usually, or if they're tanky, you can go LDR before IE, but usually there's like 1 or 2 tanks, you can just go IE and then LDR, unless that tank is really fed, you probably want to go LDR. It also depends on the team comp. If you can't get to that back line, you might as well just go LDR and kill the frontliner first, and then you go into IE, but usually you go IE first. So the runes you want to take for this build is you go the classic Conquer runes. You go Conquer with Alacrity and a Sorcery Tree. So this build, in my opinion, feels the most similar to Draven's Bloodthirster, Infinity Edge, and Rapid Fire Cannon build because of its early game. You know, like you do so much damage with these 2 items for your early game, and then you build Life Steal. So how you want to build this is you can go like a Dirk and Vamp Scepter if you need the Life Steal, but eventually you want to build a Vamp Scepter like either during your Duskblade, or maybe if you don't need it, you can build it after your Duskblade, but you should always build it like after your Collector. I mean before your Collector. My problem with this build is like Shield Bow just does no damage when like compared to like a Duskblade. So let's talk about Eclipse. Eclipse is like an item where like it's not as good as people say it is, but it's also not as bad as people say it is. The reason why it's not that good is because of its passive. Obviously, Duskblade's passive will do more damage than the Ever Rising Moon, and the Mythic passive. The reason why it's bad is because it's percentage based armor pen, which it's better to mix Lethality with percentage based armor pen instead of just mixing this one, which already gives you percentage based armor pen, and then you buy this one. Like you have 2, which you better. But the thing is that Eclipse also gives lethality. Like right there, it gives 18 lethality. But yeah, I think if you really want to go Eclipse, you can, because it does give you some healing as well. Like even after all the nerfs, it still gives you 8% Omnivamp. So what you can do is I think a lot of Korean players plays Essence Reaver into Eclipse and then Collector, I think, and then LDR or IE, or you can like not delay your IE by not building the Collector. So the Collector, I think it's better to build it early game, or else you might as well just not build it and build like a situational instead. But it's really up to you on what you prefer, I guess. Like Galeforce and Eclipse, its build path is pretty much the same. You can choose between Essence Reaver or a Collector, and then you go into your IE, and then your LDR, and then like a situational item. And if you don't have any life steal in your runes, you can go a BT before or in between your IE and your mythic item. So for example, if you like BF first back, you can go BF first item if you don't have any life steal runes, and then you can go into a Galeforce or Kraken Slayer, and then your IE and then LDR. You can play like that as well. So yeah, there's many choices, but in my opinion, the safest build if you want to go is Shield Bow, Collector, IE, LDR, and then situational with Conqueror or Hellblades. So I think that pretty much covers most of the runes and items. But if I missed something, let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like and subscribe. Donate me some money so I can buy some fruit or some shit, I don't know. And yeah, peace out guys. Hope you have a fantastic day. Or nights, wherever you're from. Or whenever you're watching this. And peace out.